Alright, hello everybody, my name is Hector, and today I'm going to be doing my own personal specification of the new Porsche 911 992 generation. So let's get started. So obviously you're going to go to the Porsche car configurator, and I'm just going to make a spec that I would personally want my 992 to be, and maybe you'll find some inspiration from this video when you're speccing out your 992. So let's get started. So me personally, I love the color green, and we can see Porsche's bringing back some interesting colors. And the first color we're going to go with is a metallic color, Aventurine Green Metallic. This is an $830 option as indicated. And this color is a mixture of a gray with hints of green flakes, giving it the green effect. If you actually Google this color in person, it is very more gray than it is green, but to me I think it's a beautiful color, and I would want to go for a timeless look, especially since the 992 is so futuristic. I would rather spec my car to give a timeless appearance, so I would be choosing this green. Now for the wheels, I am not a fan of the new RS Spider design wheels. You can see, let's look at these. To me, they just look like too much is going on, and so I would actually prefer the Sport Classic or the Carrera Classic wheels. And to me, this is like one of the most modern classic wheels you can get on your new Porsche. Porsche actually updated these wheels, and so you can actually see some of the design elements here. They give like a classic Fuchs appearance, but they're very sleek, they're very modern, and so personally I would go with the classic Carrera wheels. In terms of the wheel accessories, I'm fine with the wheels in this color. I feel like going black, maybe too sporty, and I would personally want a timeless look, so we're just going to leave it in the standard color. But I do want the wheel center caps to be the Porsche colored crest, and that would be all of the wheel accessories I would add. Moving on to the interior, if we go to the club leather, this is actually very interesting. This truffle brown is an absolute beautiful color. I remember playing around with the specification online before, but what really makes it look timeless, in my opinion, is getting it with chalk stitching. So it actually, you can see the contrast is very nice when looking at the interior. It kind of gives it a western feel, maybe like a saddle with this dark brown. And so when we look at the outside of the car, you can really see that the green starts to contrast very nice with the brown. And from different angles, I'm pretty sure if you were looking in the vehicle from the window, you'd be able to see the nice white stitching, giving a nice contrast against the brown interior. In terms of the seats, obviously we're not trying to go for a bucket seat here, so we can go for the 18-way, because when we're going for a timeless design, we do want it to be comfortable. So looking at deviated leather seat covers, I don't really think this is necessary. I feel like the 18-ways are perfectly fine. Moving on to the packages, I will get premium package. Well, that was interesting. Let's just go back if we can. Alright, we can see we're having some technical difficulties with the Porsche car configurator. Let me see, maybe we'll just restart. So once again, I was going with Aventurine Green, getting the classic Carrera wheels. Let's change the background again. In terms of wheel accessories, just the logo in the center colored, and then for the color truffle brown with chalk stitching. So now we're back to where we were before, and then the 18-way seats. So for the packages, I would like the premium package. Okay, now here we go. Now it's working correctly. And I would want the Porsche Dynamic lighting system plus, it actually gives it that the 4 LEDs that you can see. It gives it a nice look. Although the standard PDLS would look more timeless, I personally like the look of this futuristic LED matrix. And since we are looking for the future, it honestly doesn't matter what sound system you choose, because 20 years from now, it's all going to sound like crap. And plus, it's a Porsche. You don't really need an audio system. Moving on to the exterior. Let's adjust this. So for me personally, I don't like when the model is on the back. I would have it debadged, and this is one of the free options Porsche does. So I would delete the model designation, give it the nice sleek look. And the Sport Design package, I'm actually not a fan of. The only thing I'm a fan of is the side skirts, which actually extends it a bit, and I feel like it gives it a more universal line. So now when we're looking at the exterior, so the window trim in high gloss, I actually prefer that option. Let's see if we can get a better view. Because right now it's in like a matte black, and I actually like it in high gloss black. It actually gives it a nice pop. Continuing down the options list, power folding mirrors. That's actually really handy. If you haven't had that before, I would highly recommend doing that. PPF is now offered from the factory, so this is a no-brainer. What other options here? Yeah, so far all these other options are just gimmicks. Rear axle steering, that is a must. Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control, that is excellent as well. Now for the exhaust pipes, I do like this look of the silver, but since we did our outside trim in high gloss black, we have to go with the exhaust tips in black, just to give a more universal appearance. Now the Porsche carbon ceramic brakes, although these are beautiful, to keep with the theme, they now offer a high gloss black brake, because before carbon ceramics were denoted as yellow versus the steel brakes, which are red. But now if you don't want the absurd yellow showing, as we can see here, they now offer an option to get it black. So we're just going to accept these changes. Now they're black. And so now it goes more with the look of being under the radar and going more with a timeless appearance. Sport chrono package, that it's a no-brainer. Now we're going to get that wart, which everybody calls, on the dashboard. I personally don't mind it. Power steering plus, front axle lift. Depending on where you live, you're going to need that. Lowered suspension, I don't really think this is necessary, and we already have our brake calipers in black, so this is unnecessary as well. Now we go to lights. We already selected the PDLS Plus, which gives us this matrix look, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And a rear wiper, although this is handy, we're going to go with the sleek, timeless look. As for the comfort and assistance packages, depending on what you want, parking assist, that's more of a trouble in the future. These are free packages, or not free, you add it with the premium package, but I mean, if you're buying a car that's this expensive and you can't park, I guess go with it. It is handy, but I mean, you should know how to park, but we'll just check that just for the convenience factor. Night vision, I highly doubt this is going to be useful. Lane change assist, this is actually very useful. I've had this in quite a few different cars. Now for the interior. So we have our seats. Let me go to an interior shot here. We have our seats in brown. Everything else is brown. White contrast stitching. I actually prefer the seat belts. Let's see if they have it here. Agave green. It's a nice dark green, as you can see here. I think it goes with the theme of the car. Smoking package is always a must because it helps in that area. Storage, absolutely. Anything that Porsche offers for free, we would like to get. Fire extinguisher, I mean, I guess if you plan on tracking the vehicle, okay, but it's quite nice to have. Now for this Sport Chrono dial, I don't feel like we need to change it. I actually like the black theme that we have with the green lettering. Excuse me. Vehicle key pouch, that's something that's going to be cool down the line. And I feel like that's about it. Interior leather, I don't really feel like we're going to be adding much here. Interior wood, so to keep with the timeless appearance, I am going to add this wood trim. So you can see it's a nice beautiful wood. Get it up here in certain areas, and it just keeps of the theme of if you were to see this car 20 years from now, how would it look, even though it's so modern. And I feel like this is a nice timeless design. Carbon fiber, that's a little bit too sporty for me for this timeless design. Interior aluminum, not really a fan. Audio, like I said, we have the engine. If you really want the Burmeister, the Bose will be just fine, but I mean, if we're speccing it out, why not? I guess we can select the Burmeister sound system. Now for the leather, I'm fine with the chalk delivery experience, wherever you want to deliver it. I mean, I live in Florida, so the closest one for me would be Atlanta. I mean, I guess we can choose that one. And color for leather, we're good. Wheels and wheels accessories. Colored valve stems, obviously we want 4 of these. Interior, we don't really need anything. Maybe all weather floor mats. We'll just have 2 for the front because nobody's ever going to be in the back. Protection. I mean, you could have a luggage set. That's mainly a collector's item. I don't really think anybody's going to want that. But so far, this is how I would spec my vehicle. Let's look at the overview. So this is a list at all the options. As you can see, this is quite a pretty penny at $172,000. These are the options. And if you would like this code in the future, I guess I can create a Porsche code here. It's actually taking a while to load. So these are the options I have. Here is my Porsche code if you ever want to view it in the future. And let's just go through this car one more time. So here we have a side profile. You can see it's actually more green in the photos, and also depending on the lighting, it'll be either more green or more gray. You can see this front fascia with these beautiful classic wheels. You can see the brown interior is a nice contrast. The rear, a very sleek design. No model designation. No rear wiper. We have the sport design side skirts. The interior, once again, with our agave green seat belts, smoking package, wood interior, sport chrono, and just a very uniform look. As we can see, this is a very, very simple but elegant design. I hope you enjoyed my video of how I would spec out my 992. Thank you for watching.